Hey there, friend. Mark here. As you can see behind me, it's starting to weather just a little bit. I had told a story just a few minutes ago in which I talked about a person getting really upset and mad while holding a plate. And they got so upset they started screaming at this plate until they got to the point where they were so mad that they just threw the plate down and smashed it on the ground. And I asked, did that help? Apologizing to that plate and saying, I'm really sorry that I broke you. It was just a moment where I lost my temper. Does that help? Does that make everything better? Did the plate magically reappear as a whole plate? No, of course not. So let's take that a little bit further. Now, in our story, say this person takes the plate and they glue it back together. And they get it so that even though there's a ton of cracks in that plate, it's functional. They can wash it up, they can reuse it. And then a couple of days later or a week later or, a little bit of time passes and that person loses their temper again. And they start screaming at that plate until they smash it again. And then they feel badly, so they take all the pieces and they try and glue it back together. But it's just not quite the same. All the pieces that were broken before are still broken, and even gluing it back together, it's still just not the same plate that it was. And so they keep doing this until eventually there's just nothing left to fix. And so my quick question, now in that scenario and in your relationships in general, are you somebody who is the person? Are you the plate? Hopefully that you are neither. Hopefully in your relationships that you have a steady give and take, that both of you or whoever you are in a relationship with, including just friends, if you are that person who, you all have a really wonderful, mutually respectful relationship, fantastic. But if you look objectively at your life and you look at the relationships around you and you say, oh, I'm the person in that scenario. In my relationships, I tend to be the person. What are you gaining from that? What do you gain by essentially being a bully? What do you gain by emotionally, verbally, physically abusing other people? Are you getting a sense of power out of it? Is it just that you were brought up in that kind of a situation, you didn't know better? As a suggestion, I really think that, and I know she can be kind of a controversial figure, but following the words of Oprah Winfrey might be really good here. She said that when I was younger, I did the best that I could with what I knew. Now that I know better, I do better. And the same thing goes if you're the plate in that scenario. If you're somebody who is just allowing others to come after you and consistently break you, only to have them just come back and say, oh, I'm so sorry, and then try and glue you back together briefly before they break you again. I think it's time you need to get out of a situation like that. Find any kind of help that you can to heal yourself, to help you to understand what you can do to become a better, stronger, happier person. Same goes for the person in that scenario. If you're a bully, if you're an abuser, you can seek help to avoid that, to stop that cycle. So please, if you are someone in any kind of a cycle of verbal or mental or physical abuse, seek help. Help is out there. There's always local, state, federal, different types of help at your disposal, different organizations that can help. If you are in need of help, send me a direct message. Message me here, and I will do what I can to help you find the appropriate assistance that you need. Thank you very much for watching me right now. Wishing you a wonderful day filled with promise, opportunity, joy, and peace. Thank you.